Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Yazi. Pretty much what I do here is do my makeup and talk about stuff. So if you want to grab a snack, grab your coffee, grab your tea, let's drink up. And today we're going to talk about why y'all's apologies don't mean nothing. Nothing. Empty apologies, air, floating into the wind. And I'm not talking about you watching this video, I'm talking about them out there. I really don't want to be a drama channel, but I got this new palette today, so I want to play with it, and I also just don't want to feel like I'm just totally wasting product, so that's why I'm in front of your beautiful face today. I don't talk about things unless I feel like they're really important, and I honestly think that these two topics that I'm going to talk about are pretty, horrible things that people have done. So I want to talk about why their apologies don't mean anything. If you're gonna apologize, mean it, or else just save it, because what's the point? Why? Don't waste my time like that. I don't appreciate my time being wasted. And I'm really not here to talk about influencer apologies or anything like that. We already know those people don't mean nothing when they talk. Alright, so as we all know, unless you live under a rock, a few months ago, our girl, Meg the Stallion, was injured leaving a party. And I'm not going to say what happened to her because, trigger warnings and all. And also, what happened if you're watching this video. Because I don't know why you would click on this video if you didn't already know about the situation. If you really want to know, you can go look it up. She kept quiet about the whole situation because she did not want to drag him in public. She really didn't say anything until that gremlin started just yakking his mouth all over town about what happened in the situation. She wasn't even out the hospital by the time he decided he had something to say. Kind of interesting to me. I don't know. Maybe if you were really sorry about your actions, you maybe might have wanted to apologize for those actions. But, that's just me. Meg didn't want to say anything to the police about how she was injured because of, you know exactly why she didn't want to say that there may have been a weapon in the vicinity at the time of this altercation with law enforcement. Just imagine being in that position. Megan deserves better. Black women deserve better. Okay, it's ridiculous. Not only does she have to worry about the fact this man that was supposed to be her friend just hurt her, she now has to worry about the fact that her life, as well as everybody in that car's life, are now in danger due to the relationship that communities of color have with law enforcement. And I'm not here to talk about that today. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else if you want to talk about that, okay? So what does this raggedy man do? He decides to leak his text message apology to Miss Stallion to the press. I'll tell ya, it is always the ugliest men that got the most nerve. It really is, truly. I don't know what their problem is. So I'm not gonna read his apology because I really don't care what he has to say. At the end of the day, you did what you did, and it's not gonna happen. There will be no Tory Lanez redemption arc on my channel. No, I don't forgive you, Tory Lanez. I will never forgive you, Tory Lanez. And to be honest, I didn't even know who this man was until all of this stuff started happening. Really, truly, I had no idea who that man was. He's a rapper? I don't think he's a singer. I'm pretty sure he's a rapper. But I'm not gonna look him up because I don't care. I don't care what someone like that has to say in any form, whether it be apology or song. I do not subscribe to the belief that we should separate art from the artist. I don't do that. You feel free to do that over there on your channel, but not over here. I don't believe in that nonsense. Anyway, so guess what else this man decides to do? He sent out some bogus tweet and saying something like, "Oh, to my fans, sorry I've been quiet, but I got time tonight. Not here." What? If Tory Lanez don't get out my face, if Tory Lanez don't shut up, to be very honest with you, I need Tory Lanez to shut up. The ugliest man, always. And no, I'm not gonna watch that either, because again, I do not care what this man has to say. Not in the slightest. I think he also went and talked to like T.I. about the situation and tried to like deflect blame. You know, he's on his redemption pathway. He's marching along, so who's gonna go to? T.I. Because we all know the type of man T.I. is. Like, you know, honestly, he probably should have went to somebody else, because I don't know if Tory knows this, but the streets don't really like T.I. like that no more. Like, yes, he is, a musical icon, but when was the last time T.I. put out some music? I'm asking. Does anybody know? Because the last time I remember hearing anything out of T.I.'s mouth was when he was talking all that mess about his daughter on national television. Remember that? I don't forget that either. So we see exactly what kind of man T.I. is. But anyway, T.I. wanted to come out and say I spoke to him. It didn't go down like that. How else did it go down, T.I.? I would like to know. Because from what Miss Thee Stallion said, she ended up with 2 holes in her feet. So I'm just a little confused on how it apparently went down. You know, it don't make any sense. Men have the most nerve. And it's really not just men, because I'm about to talk about a female in a minute, if you stay tuned. But really, truly, like the nerve, a text message apology? You shot her. It's nonsense. Get out of here with the nonsense. Clearly, the apology didn't mean nothing. If you have to now go around and try to change the narrative of the story so that way it makes you look better. Because if you were truly sorry, that wouldn't be what you were worried about, Mr. Lanez. Cabbage Patch Doll. That's probably why he was mad. Always be the short ones. I tell you, always be the short ones. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so sorry guys, I did my eyebrows off camera because like I said in the last video, it's like really hard to do your eyebrows while talking. Anyway, so now we're going to talk about Miss Melanie Martinez and Timothy Haller. So, if you didn't know, like back in 2017, Timothy accused Melanie of hurting her. Again, I am not going to go into details about the exact accusations because of trigger warnings, and that's not what I'm here to do. Again, I'm also assuming that if you're watching this video, you know what I'm talking about, because why else would you care? If you really want to know, you can go look it up. Also, if you need more evidence for why Melanie is innocent of these accusations, please go watch Piper Sweeney's video about the whole thing. I will link it down in the description box. She made like a long investigation video going into all the details of what has happened in this situation, and she does a really good job of presenting all the evidence and explaining why Timothy's allegations don't really make any sense. So please go watch her video if you would like to know more about the situation, or you need any more convincing than Timothy straight up coming out and saying she lied. Pretty much that's what happened. So on Instagram about a week ago, I think it was, Timothy posted these Instagram stories. I don't have an Instagram, guys, so I don't really know how Instagram works. Don't roast me, okay? I just don't. But I believe what it's called is an Instagram story. So she posted on that saying this long rant about how, you know, I'm not gonna talk about hers either, because again, you don't get to apologize about something like that. Like, Timothy went through great lengths to make sure that people believed her in this situation. She went on, she like did interviews. The original story that she told was like 4 pages long, just blocks of text. And then she went and did an interview with Newsweek about the whole situation, which she claimed that they just did that story on their own without talking to her. But the time in between Timothy posting her story and the Newsweek video coming out was like an hour. So it doesn't really make sense how they would be able to put that whole story together in an hour. Like, things don't get greenlit that fast, you know? Like, anyway, she's a liar. That's pretty much what we're getting down to. Timothy is a liar. There are multiple other articles written about it, and she even did like a YouNow stream interview with like a young fan, like a teenage fan, not like a child, but like, you know, I think she was like 15 at the time, something like that. Again, watch Piper's video if you want more details. And the fan came out and said that the whole thing made her uncomfortable. The whole thing was just really weird. And she felt kind of used in order to help Timothy seem more believable. Again, so she came out on her Instagram story, and so she lied, blamed it on her mental health, which mental health is not an excuse to do horrible things to people like she tried to do. Like, she essentially tried to ruin Melanie's career. Like, she tried to accuse her of doing like one of the most horrible things someone can do to a person. And it's not, apology is not going to cut it. Like, you try to build your career off of this fake sympathy from people who wanted to empathize with you because they thought that you had been through this horrendous thing. It's honestly disgusting. And just for the record, I never really believed her story because it didn't make any sense. Also, shortly after the original allegations, people came out with like evidence of Melanie not even being in the same state as Timothy during the dates of this, you know, alleged event. I really hope BuzzFeed and all of them who did articles about this also come out with articles about Timothy's admitting that she lied, you know, because y'all helped like take down this girl's career. Like, not cool, man. Not cool. And before anybody starts with me in the comments, yes, I am typically one to believe victims. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't assume that a victim is right. But it didn't take long after these allegations to come out to show that, you know, like I said, Melanie wasn't even in the same state. And if you are a fan of Melanie Martinez, it just didn't like line up with Melanie's personality, you know? And I'm not saying that there aren't other ways that people can be manipulated into doing things, But what I'm saying is Melanie is a really shy person, and it just doesn't really seem like something that she would have the emotional capacity to do. And if you didn't know, Miss Melanie just dropped her new EP called After School. Please go stream it now on Spotify. Because K through 12 was a bop. I'm honestly glad we didn't have to wait so long for more music from her this time, because the gap between the Crybaby album and K through 12 was way too long. And it probably was long because of the whole situation with Timothy. She probably didn't want to create music during that time, so. Just stop apologizing for things that are not things that you can be forgiven for. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching my video. I finished up my makeup, and please subscribe if you enjoy hearing me chit chat. I'm gonna go back to talking about Legend of Korra after this video. I just kind of wanted to put up something that was a little quicker. Not every video needs to be like 30 minutes of me just yapping. Anyway, thanks so much for watching again. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.